I'm Rebecca Vanderbilt. Well, if you mention Tom Cruise to a professional flair bartender, you're likely to get an eye roll or a snicker. Those fancy tricks he did in cocktails, those are for amateurs, right? These days, flair bartending tournaments are highly competitive, and there's big money on the line. The next big tournament is right here in BC, in Kelowna, Penticton, and Kamloops. Now, the organizer of that event is also a competitive flair bartender. Paul Newnham has set up a bar in our studio, just sort of a friend, actually, holding a bottle. And he joins us. They both join us in Radio West studio to show us some of their tricks. Good afternoon to you both.
How are you?
So, you are a flair bartender yourself, Paul. Tell me a little bit about what this actually is.
Basically, flair bartending, for a lot of us, it's just sort of an extension of our trade. It's more of a career for us. A perception of a lot of bartenders is something you do to get you through college. For us, it's more of an art. It's more of a sport. We practice long hours, long days to perfect our tricks and travel all over the world to different competitions and get our name out there and make some new friends and make some money. So it's a really cool way to sort of extend on what we do best.
And when you're actually in a bar serving and doing these tricks, does that help you on the monetary front?
Definitely it does. You can get a cold beer or a vodka tonic anywhere, but we definitely serve with style, and we have the competition on that.
Okay, now unfortunately your friend here is not Mike, but introduce us to him.
So with me I have Mr. David Simpson, representing Bar 1 in Kelowna, and he's the founder of the Bartenders Guild, and he's
standing by with what looks to be a bottle and a cup, and you actually know that I don't really know anything about flair bartending, so are there specific moves that you learn?
Yeah, we have different styles of flair bartending. So one's called exhibition flair, which is where you have very little liquid in a bottle and you flip it around and we use multiple objects. So right now Dave's doing a column, one bottle, one thing column, and he's going to flip it around behind his head. He's going to hit us with a stall here, right into the tin. He's going behind his back and over his head, around his shoulder. That's what we call a stall. That's a forearm stall. And there's a trap.
Because it's a quick pause, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Wow, okay. Now, what are you using here today? What kind of bottle is this?
So this is known as a Flair Co practice bottle. When a lot of us started, what we used to do is we used to take old bottles that we collected and wrap them in duct tape, so we would practice it and they hit the floor, they don't break. What they've done now is a company out of Toronto that has developed this bottle. It's made out of heavy-duty plastic so that it's shatterproof and it doesn't break, and this is sort of what we use to perfect our tricks. So we think of a new move, we start working with this, and then we progress up to glass and then into the competition.
I've got to say, I kind of assumed this sort of style of bartending and this whole thing was more, cocktail era, 1980s stuff. But, how popular is it today?
It's definitely exploded. The movie helped us a lot. Before that it was just sort of an underground sport, where a few people would do a few moves, and now it's sort of getting up to, you go to the World Championships of bartending in Las Vegas, and first prize is $20,000.
Wow.
So yeah, it's definitely progressed a lot, and there's a lot of guys, especially out of Europe and out of Asia, that are really sort of raising the bar and coming out with these insane tricks that everyone's sort of trying to copy, and half what we do is about being creative, right? So you can come up with a new move and showcase to everyone, and everyone's sort of exploding over it.
And what is this competition that's happening this week in BC?
So we have a 4-day event called Spring Slingers. Last night we had the fastest bartender in BC, which happened at Bar 1 in Kelowna, and we actually had a local guy by the name of Ryan Clark who took first place. He made 5 drinks in 51 seconds. And then tonight we have Icebreakers 9. It's the 9th year we've done this competition. It's happening at McCullough Station Pub, starting at 8 o'clock. I've got 8 of the best guys in Canada competing. And then same sort of style tomorrow down in Penticton at the Mule nightclub. And Thursday we're at Cactus Jack's in Kamloops.
And are there big purses to win here in BC as well?
Not quite $20,000, but we'll be giving away about $2,000 tonight and $1,500 on the other 2 days.
Okay, now we should let you show us a few more of your moves here. Do you have any signature moves? So yeah, this was great. You could just sort of call what he's doing.
Yeah, so I've been working with Dave for a few years, so we sort of know each other and what we do. One of the moves I'm going to get Dave to show you is called a helicopter. He's going to go in a reverse grip behind his back. He's going to spin the bottle, and the bottle sort of does a little twirl on the shaker tin that looks like a helicopter. He's also got a couple of neat traps that he does, where he'll go over his shoulder behind his back into the tin. It makes a really cool sound.
Nice. How often do you drop the bottle in these kinds of things? Does that happen?
Well, that's why we practice. I mean, it's like in practice we drop a lot, and that's why, when we get to the competition stage or even like doing moves behind the bar, like the general rule is that if you can't hit a move 9 out of 10 times, you don't do it behind the bar or in a competition.
Okay, now are both of you competing tonight?
We're not competing, but we're going to do a little showcase. We're going to be judging, but we got some really, really cool guys. We've got some of the number 1 and number 2 guys in Canada competing.
All right, well, it sounds like a lot of fun. I suppose you'll get some more spectators now. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Paul Newnham is the organizer of Spring Slingers, and it is a competitive flair bartender himself. Now, you can check out the moves in Kelowna tonight at McCullough Station Pub or Level Nightclub. There are also events tomorrow night at the Mule Nightclub in Penticton and Thursday night at Cactus Jack Saloon in Kamloops.